Hi guys, I'm going to be moving on to the RC meeting number 3, and if you could go to the email that I sent you and pull up the document titled RC meeting number 3 so that you can follow along with me as I go through this information. We started this meeting with door songs, and like I've been saying, I will be sending those out to you guys. In this document, we're going to be going over Set 2 responsibilities. So I'd like to start off by going over some Set 2 changes with you guys, and some things that we've changed about recruitment this year that is really going to benefit you guys as recruitment counselors. As you probably already know from working with your chapters for recruitment, there's going to be 2 days for Set 2 this year, and I'm really excited about this because I think it's really going to benefit you guys as recruitment counselors because Set 2 has always been a long day in the past, and especially with adding another chapter, so now having 12 recruiting chapters on campus, it's really going to make this day, it really would have made this day a lot longer than it needed to be. And as recruitment counselors, you have to get up a certain amount earlier than when the events start, and you guys go to bed later than when the events end, if that makes sense. So your job as a recruitment counselor extends far past just the duration of the chapter, of when the chapters are recruiting. So what this will mean for you guys is you guys will have later mornings as recruitment counselors and earlier evenings. So you'll be able to get a lot more rest and feel less stressed and less tired during Set 2, which is what I really want for you guys. I don't want you guys to get tired and worn out early on in the week during Set 2 and not enjoy the rest of your week. So I'm really excited about this because I think it'll really give you guys an opportunity to rest and really catch up on sleep and not be stressed out and staying up late that day and everything that goes along with the long Set 2, of the long duration that was Set 2. These changes will help you as an RC. And another change that I want to talk to you guys about is the IFC, Interfraternity Counselor recruitment. So IFC has decided to formalize their recruitment this year and make it kind of similar to our recruitment process. Their recruitment process is going to be starting later on in the week than ours will, but they will be recruiting during the same week that we will be, and what that means is there's going to be just as many male potential new members as there's going to be female potential new members. The Panhellenic Council and IFC as well has been planning some extra activities and evening programming to make sure that women are staying out of trouble and eliminating risk management issues that might arise from having both women and men recruiting at the same time. So I will be going over those with you guys during work weeks, so there's no need to worry. It just means that we're going to have a few more things planned for you guys to do with your potential new members in the evenings, just to make sure that they aren't running off and getting into trouble. Sorry. I heard someone come in. Getting into trouble and doing things that might get them removed from the recruitment process. So I'm going to be moving on to item number C, which is Set 2 responsibilities. The first responsibility is to learn your chapter's Set 2 door songs. So during during Set 2, you're going to be stationed at 2 chapters. So one chapter facility in the evening. I'm messing all of this up. So during recruitment, you're going to be stationed at 2 chapters, one chapter facility in the morning and one chapter facility in the afternoon. So you're just going to learn the Set 2 door songs for those 2 chapters, and you will receive the lyrics for these chapters during work week, and we're going to be going over all the songs, so there's no need to worry or stress about learning the songs now or anything. And just make sure to learn those when you get the lyrics, because it'll really help you to be an RC and remain disassociated. So you're going to meet with your P&M group in the morning and have a little morning informational meeting, if that makes sense, kind of explain what Set 2 is going to look like and what women are going to be doing during this day. This meeting is really important because this is the first day that women are going to be going off on their own, to their own events and on their own schedule, whereas on Set 1 you kind of guided them to each chapter facility and led the way for them, but it's not going to be the case for this day and the rest of recruitment. They're going to be going off on their own. So just ask if any women have any questions or concerns about this day, or how their recruitment process has been going on so far. Some women will be really keen to talk to you guys and really open up, and some women might not be as open with you guys, so just really make sure to be able to answer any questions that women might have at this point. And make sure to tell them what chapter facility you will be stationed at in the morning and what chapter facility you'll be stationed after lunch. Okay, so wait, this is really... after lunch, this is really important just to make sure that women know where you are if they ever need to locate you and come talk about narrowing chapters down or how their experience is going so far. And then it's really important to tell your potential new members to come and see you when they're done at the end of the day, just to make sure if they have any questions or concerns about their day or the chapters that they're going to be narrowing down. Also, it's really important to collect their potential new member baggie with their booklet and their name tag to make sure that they aren't taking those back to their residence halls and losing them, or discussing or comparing booklets or whatever. It's just really important to collect those. And then send them off to make their selections. So yeah, just remind them to come and see you at the end of their day. And they'll be ending their days at different times based on their given set schedule. So just make sure that they come and see you when their specific events are done for the day. And so after you go over that information in your morning meeting, you'll give your set list to your potential new members. And once they have been given their event list for the day, so it's really important once they get their event list for the day that they're going off on their own and going on with their schedule for the day. This is really important because you don't want women congregating around your meeting area and maybe discussing the event list, the events that they are going to for that day, and maybe making other P&Ms feel uncomfortable. So just remind them to go off to their events that they have when they receive their list. So you're going to give these lists out in the order of the number of parties that they're going to be going to that day. So you're going to give it most to least. So the woman who has the most events of the day down to the woman who has the least. And you're just going to do this privately away from the group and one at a time, and just give the women their set list, go over it with them, and then just ask them to go off on with their day. And then you're going to be stationed at one chapter house in the morning and change after lunch. So it's going to be very similar to what you were doing during set 1. You're going to get P&Ms lined up once they arrive to the chapter facility for that specific event, and you're going to want to do that with about 7 minutes before the set begins. And it's really important to try to get this done as early as possible because chapter members like to know, or chapter recruitment teams like to know what women aren't there for the event and what women are late maybe. So just make sure to get them lined up as soon as you can. And like set 1, there will be a list on the water jug at each chapter facility, so you'll just go and grab that list and line up all the women alphabetically. The women are going to be going off on their own on this day, so you won't know most of these women. Most of them won't be in your P&M group, so it's really important to go off of this list and follow it just to make sure that everything's done correctly and women are lined up in their correct order. And if the water jug is ever empty, it's really important to tell chapters. This is because it's so hot here in Arizona, as you guys probably remember from being P&Ms. And we always want women to be hydrated, and you guys especially as RCs who are going to be outside all day to remain hydrated. So if the water jug is ever empty, just make sure to tell the chapters. It's going to be really hot, long days, as you guys probably remember from being from being P&Ms, and also from just living here and going to school here. So we really want to make sure that P&Ms are hydrated, and especially you guys as RCs. So if you ever notice that water jug is empty, just make sure to knock on the door and tell the recruitment teams, and they'll make sure to fill it for you. And then once you get your P&Ms in line, they can talk, chat with each other, but just make sure that they aren't getting out of line or running away or anything. And then you'll want to make sure to collect the P&M bags, just like set 1. And then with about 5 minutes left, you will just want to make sure to check the alphabetical order and make sure any women who have showed up are placed in their correct order in line, that sort of business. Just make sure everything is in the order that it should be in. And then with about 2 minutes left, there should be no talking. And like I said in the last training video, this is just out of respect to the chapters to make sure that the women are ready to go into their event. And then after the P&Ms go inside, you'll be outside for about a minute or two, and then someone will come out to get you, either a chapter house mother or a recruiter. And then it's really important to bring everything inside with you, especially the P&M bags that will have all the P&M's valuables and such. And then when P&Ms come outside, it's really important to encourage no talking. You don't want women discussing their opinions or thoughts on the chapter. And then for about 5 minutes, you'll just allow them to write in their P&M books. And then once they're done writing in their books, they go off on their own for set 2 and go to their next party. And then this is when your next group of P&Ms will arrive, and you'll basically do the same thing over again, business as usual. So it's really important during set 2 to stress the costs of joining a sorority. So it's really important to stress the cost of joining a sorority to all of your potential new members. During set 2 is when they will be seeing the chapter financial boards and kind of having that discussion in each of the events that they attend. And so just stress to your potential new members to really pay attention to the financial boards and the financial obligations of joining a sorority, and discuss this info with whoever will be paying their dues, or if they are paying their dues themselves, just to make sure to really pay attention to this information. New member dues are always higher than regular dues, as you probably remember from being a new member yourselves. But it is still expensive once you are a new member, and those costs don't typically decrease throughout your years of membership. So just really stress the importance of paying attention to that information at each chapter that they visit during set 2. Also, another thing, sometimes chapter members say, oh, we offer scholarships, or it's okay, like, we offer a payment plan, but sometimes they don't offer those as frequently, or they can be very competitive for chapter members and especially new members. So just really remind them to be mindful of that, and just really go into it knowing the costs and what they will be expected to pay financially for joining a sorority. And then, this is kind of harsh, but in all honesty, don't join a sorority if you can't afford it. We don't want women joining chapters for lifelong membership and having to drop out in their new member period because they can't afford to pay the cost of joining a sorority when they knew those costs going through it as a potential new member. So really just stress those costs and the financial obligations. And then we had an icebreaker break, so we're going to go ahead and skip that. And then some reminders. So please, no recruitment involvement. It's really important, especially going into work week and recruitment. You guys have been involved, but just from here on out, make sure to not be helping any women with recruitment-related crafting or planning or anything like that, or discussing chapter set outfits or anything like that. We want you to be as in the dark as you can, just to make sure that you're remaining disassociated and not knowing any information about your chapter's recruitment. And then May 1st is no P&M contact and the social media craziness. So it's obviously past May 1st at this point. And in the email that I sent out to you guys, I kind of touched on social media disassociation, and I'm going to touch on that a little further on in this video. And I'm going to give you some guidelines and some tips on ways to hide stuff from your profile. I understand that you did not know that you were going to be a recruitment counselor on May 1st, and that's fine. Just from here on out, if you could hide all photos of you wearing your chapter apparel or symbols or showing signs of your affiliation, that would be greatly appreciated. And like I said, I'm going to be going over that a little later on in this video. And then no P&M contact after May 1st. That means just no adding potential new members as friends on Facebook, or following them on Instagram or anything like that, or reaching out to them and discussing recruitment-related events with them. I know this can be kind of tricky because sometimes women have sisters going through recruitment or very close family friends, but especially since you're going to be a recruitment counselor, if you have a woman who has any questions about the recruitment process or joining a sorority, just make sure to forward them on to the Panhellenic Council, and we'll be more than happy to answer any questions that they might have. And then put my number in your phone. So this is just really going to help you, especially during recruitment or work week, or if you have any questions about any of this stuff and really need to get a hold of me really quick. It's really great to have my number saved in your phone. So go ahead and do that. And then send me an email reminders if you're unable to attend meetings. So that doesn't really apply to us because we're doing that right now. RC date's mandatory, doesn't apply to us. And then meeting next Thursday doesn't apply to us. So this is the end of the RC meeting number 3. You are 3/5 of the way done. I hope this isn't too annoying or boring so far. I'm trying to go through it as fast as I can so you guys aren't having to sit around during your summer and listen to me, but I'm hoping that you're finding this information helpful and a little bit more insightful into what you're going to be doing during recruitment and what you're kind of going to be expected to be doing. And this is kind of getting you guys excited to be RCs and for work week and recruitment. So I'm going to move on to the recruitment counselor meeting number 4. So if you can go to that email that I sent you and pull up the document RC meeting number 4, and we can move on to the 4th RC training.